Hello everyone, this is Dr. Suganya. I am going to explain you about the object-oriented programming client-side essentials. The topic is about accessing DOM elements using JavaScript and JQuery objects, JavaScript event handling. First of all, we'll see about the slide how to access the DOM elements using JavaScript. So we have to know what is DOM. DOM is a data representation of the objects in the HTML and XML pages. The document loaded in a browser is represented by a document object model. It is a tree-like structure representation. It was given clearly in the slide itself, and it was created by the browser that enables the HTML structure that can be easily accessed by all the programming languages. And also the DOM represents the document as nodes and object. And the next slide is about how to access the DOM elements using JavaScript. In order to access the elements, DOM elements, the JavaScript uses three ways. The first way is about accessing elements by ID, that is the syntax is given nearby itself. The first method of accessing the DOM elements is by using the ID. And the second method is used to access is using by the tag name, and the third method of accessing the DO element is using by its class name. I'll repeat it again. So the three ways of accessing the DOM elements is by, one is by ID, another one is by tag name, another one is by class name. So we also have the terminologies that was related to DOM elements. So few of the terminologies are the element node, root node, child node, descent node, parent node, sibling nodes and text node. So now we'll going to see about the how to access the DOM elements using JQuery objects. So let us see now. So a JQuery is an object, is like an array-like wrapper around one or more DOM elements. The dollar symbol is mainly used to access the JQuery methods and functions. So that symbol is called as a dollar symbol. Okay. So the JQuery provides several methods for accessing DOM elements, including dollar, find, children, parents. So these are some of the methods that JQuery language which provides for accessing the DOM elements. And these kinds of functions used to ensure that the DOM is fully loaded before the execution of the JQuery code. So next one is how to access the DOM elements using JQuery objects. That is, for instance, JQuery objects are created using the dollar function, as I said you already. It is followed by the selector string. The syntax is given in the slide itself. And next one method is how to access the first element within a JQuery. Then you can use the first method. So that syntax is also given. And next one is how to access the using the last method. That syntax is also given. Using these three respective syntax, we can access the DOM elements using the JQuery objects. Next, we are going to see about how to handle the events of the JavaScript, that is JavaScript event handling. The change in the state of an object is known as event. As you already know that the state of an object can be changed, in that changes is called as an event. The event handling is a mechanism that controls the event and decides what should happen if it occurs. And these mechanisms have the code which is also known as the event handler, and that can be executed whenever the event occurs. So that is, event handling can be handled by the event code occurs. And this process of reacting over the events is called as event handling, and that handles the HTML events. So it is called as the event handlers. And there in the slide itself we gave the pictorial representation which clearly explains about the event and the event which handles. We have a few categories of events, and these type of events has been broadly classified into two categories, namely foreground events and background events. The foreground events are those events which require the direct interaction of user. They are generated as a consequences of which a person interacting with the graphical components in graphical user interface. For instance, example, we can click on a button, we can move the mouse, we can enter a character to the keyboard, we can select an item from a particular list, or simply scrolling the page, etc. And these are some of the foreground events. And next one is about the background events. And this background events is that require the interaction of end user, which is known as the background events. The operating system interrupts the hardware or software failure, timer expires, and operation completion are the example of the background events which we the user cannot be seen through the naked eye. Thank you.